content strategy. So I remember, 'di ba, the dawn of the internet, 'di ba? When it came, ano ba, 'di ba? Parang hindi siya magiging big, 'di ba? May mga criticism siya, pero nowadays, 'di ba, the internet website, of course, is very essential to a business, 'di ba? Another one happening right now, I guess, is the blockchain, the crypto. It has tons of application, not only currencies. And I also see that as magiging disruptive technology. So I guess in business as well, 'di ba? Content strategy plays a very important role in elevating our, 'di ba? Transforming our business objectives, 'di ba? And goals sa ating business. And of course, yes, to share more about that, I'd like to add in, okay, our sharer. We call that sharer. It's a knowledge sharer, the founder of Dot Media. Let's say good evening to Miss Celine Francisco.
Hello, everyone. Hi, Sir John Mark. Nice to be back. Hi, good evening or good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Yes.
Yeah, for those who are not familiar with Miss Celine, first time to have seen, to have heard from Miss Celine, how did you get started ba with content strategy na yan?
Yeah, and for everyone's info, yeah, content strategy. As for me, ano siya, it started when I explored internet marketing, writing for websites. And then I found out na it also needs strategy when you do your internet marketing or when you write. You do not just write. It's also about how you conceive the result. No, when you come up with your social media content, when you come up with the blogs, it's not just about writing. So kailangan strategy. Yun.
Ayan, so once more encouraging everyone to ask questions. So without further ado, let's now talk about content strategy for brands. Take
Yep.
it away, Miss Celine.
Thank you, Sir John Mark. I'm so happy to share with you tonight here in my place this evening. Kaya, if it's your first time here and you've just started learning about content strategy, or if you have been involved in this field for quite some time, well, I think it will also be helpful to have a refresher. So that's why we'll be talking about planning, managing, and marketing your content. If you have a
Yeah.
business, yeah, if you are managing a small, medium size, or a large business, that's also fine because this will really help you when you look for people that can help you with your content strategy. Knowing what to look for when you hire someone. Ayan. Or if you are a writer, it also helps to get to know this a bit more or dive deep. Okay? Lalo na if you are a marketer. Because as a content marketer or a marketer as a whole, this will really aid you in coming up with really effective campaigns that will drive results for your brand. Okay? So now let's dive deeper onto the topic. So a quick fact about me. Yeah, I'm Celine Bernadette Francisco. I'm a freelance writer, editor. I also published together with almost 20 authors a book in 2015 about online business or working online. It's entitled Cyberpreneur Philippines. And I'm also an educator. I teach multimedia art subjects and others. And I'm also a content strategist and a marketing professional. So basically, medyo halo siya na writing, no? Education. Pero, di ko lang nilagay dyan, but I'm a nurse. I'm a registered nurse. Medyo malayo. But then that's quite a long story. So maybe for a later time, we'll talk about that. Some brands that I've helped in the past include Kidmoto. It's a rideshare app or brand. And there's on the dot media. It's a startup that I founded. And we're also helping brands or businesses with their web content in particular and with their content strategy as well. So we do social media, we do blogs, search engine optimized articles, and others. When I was young, I thought, ano bang gusto ko? What do I want to be when I grow up? So that was me when I was still young. And so I wrote blog posts. That was maybe when I was a teenager, I started doing blogs. And then later on, yeah, that's my article for our school publication. And then on the right, that's the book we published. Yeah, Cyberpreneur Philippines. We had a book launch and signing in October 2015. Yeah, because I love to write. So that's why. So during that time, when I was still um, deciding what I wanted, I really wanted, I came to a point when, okay, so I write for a living, or I can write for a living. I tried it as a freelance writer, and I discovered the path towards content strategy, internet marketing, and others. So medyo different, no? Malayo yung transition from the health industry to the marketing industry. People would ask, why not pursue nursing? It's a really lucrative career, especially when you go abroad. But ayun nga, siguro I feel like it's writing is my passion, and I can make it's a cliche, make the world a better place with my writing, and yeah, that's it. All right, so that's about me. Now, how about you? Let's get to know each other, shall we? Who are you? Yan. So medyo reflect ng konti. With that, I'd like you to type in the chat box one word that best describes you. We'll wait for your answers, and I hope we can flash them if we see people typing in one word that best describes them.
Ayan, from Gautam. Ayan, one word that describes him. Yeah, I love it. Doer.
Wow, amazing.
Ah. Oh, si
Thanks,
Sir
Gab.
Eman.
Yeah, medical technologist turned writer. Wow. Also from the health field. Yeah, and I also see Nico from yeah, multi-potentialite. Wow. So it means like sorry, I'm not that familiar with the term, but yeah. Yeah, so thank you so much, no? We are also joined by lots more. And we also have Sir George, Marchan, learner. Wow.
Yep.
Diverse. We have a diverse audience here.
Learning never stops.
Yeah. So, ayan, keep them coming lang po. We'll read them later on if you still have some of your words. Okay. Now, punta naman tayo sa roles of a content strategist. Again, if you are a business owner or if you're planning to become one, wanting to learn about how to become one, then these are the roles of a content strategist. First, you are a content manager. Imagine yung mga roles na nakikita nyo sa mga jobs of today. There's a content manager, and then there's a social media manager. Minsan rolled into one lang siya. Then there's a content writer, there's an editor, and many more. You have a content strategist. Pero of course, do not bombard naman sana if you're a company owner. Wag naman yung sobrang as in juggling all of these roles into one position kasi syempre it can also like make your staff not so productive or efficient. Yeah, so pay attention din naman to the welfare of your staff. But then that those could be roles of a content strategist. What is the life of a content strategist? Here are some tasks that we do. We do content planning, we do social listening, we do marketing, competitive analysis, content management, communication, and a lot more. So imagine in a day, you get to do these. Ang dami pa. You get to do social media management, content assessment, collaboration, writing, and a lot more. If you get to imagine this day, na gagawin mo lahat ng yan, kulang ang isang araw. A day is not enough, right? But of course, you have to prioritize. And as a content strategist, it pays to really be strategic about it. Yun nga, strategy siya. It's really something that you need to carefully craft if you're coming up with such a strategy. Because at first, it can get quite tedious if you do them all without the help of, like, if you do the graphics and you do the writing and you do the marketing and everything, the social listening, it can be quite stressful. But as long as you know what you want and your resources, as well as the people who can help you, then it will really be seamless. It's just a matter of determining, is this really what you want in the first place, or are you just testing it? It's like an experiment at first. Now, lahat ng yan, everything we'll be talking about is all about content. The importance of content, because content is king and because context is queen, according to laurenondemand.com. Because content is really all around us. We like breathe content. We eat content. Like every day we deal with content, thousands of ads and, you know, things we read, we see on television, on YouTube, on social media, all of those are content. So meaning this is really a lucrative industry. When you think about it, if you're planning for a career or if you're thinking of hiring one, then it may be high time that you consider having one, because businesses really thrive on content these days, and we'll talk about that later. Yeah, content is all around us. It's used for different purposes, and it's really important because, according to Anne Handley, who is one of my role models when it comes to content writing, content strategy, and a lot more, everything the light touches is content. Imagine that. Yeah, content is really important. I consider this an example of a well-made content piece for um, their website, the brand Angkas here in the Philippines. So you know Angkas, if you're from the Philippines, it's really popular. They have their, rider, like, right, Sir John. Have you used Angkas before? Sorry, yeah, if yeah, very popular here in the Philippines.
Yeah, yeah, angkas.
Mm-mm. I admire how they really crafted their content pieces, because they really took the time to get to know their audience. So that's why I gave them as an example. And you'll see why here. In my example, you see the caption for their Twitter post. Yeah. They posted this, Angkas Restos updated list. And then they commented. They said, in Filipino, guys, legit to. Gumawa kami ng food delivery service. Oh, ha? But this isn't for us. Para to sa mga bikers at sa inyo. We will not take any commission in this initiative. Sa kanila lahat to. So it's like partly also their, like, CSR, their corporate social responsibility. And at the same time, the voice that they wrote is really powerful. It's like they're speaking to their target audience, and they really know their target audience well. Just like this. They posted this and it's like, okay, paano pag hindi? Kukutusan kita, meaning they will pinch the person. So it's like really quite informal, but that's their tone, that's their brand voice that they used. And then another one. Ma'am, paki-cancel na lang po yung 2020. Salamat. So that was posted during the pandemic, no? So it's really like I can relate if you're a customer of Angkas, or if you're the target market, and of course Filipinos are their target market here, mostly, 'di ba? You can relate. Why would you cancel 2020? Because that's a pandemic. That's the pandemic started. Yeah. And also Coke. Yeah. Although we're not sponsored by these brands, but I just like to emphasize how they've used content strategy to maximize their reach, or really target their audience. So imagine this using the names or a particular like chef, and you also have personalized bottles of Coke. So it's part of their strategy then. There's the Coca-Cola Content 2020. It's a series of videos about content for the web, like content marketing, creating content that engages. So it's an educational video produced by Coca-Cola using doodles, right? So when you watch it, you can watch it during your free time. You'll see that it's not just about Coke, the product, it's about how they develop content. And I've been using these videos ever since when I was teaching writing for the web to multimedia art students. And I appreciate how they helped marketers as well when they shared their strategies. Yeah. So with that, let's now talk about content strategy, the definition. What is content strategy? If you see the largest circle here, content strategy, it's surrounded by terms like plan, strategy, content, of course, understanding, and others deliver. Yeah. And then we have another term here. Yeah. Engaging. So, for you, what is content strategy? Now that you've seen these terms, what words can you think of when we hear the word or the phrase, yeah, content strategy? Just type them in the chat box, and yeah, hope to hear your thoughts too. Because sometimes, like, yeah, and
Content. Well,
I'm reading your comments now.
yeah. I guess the hashtag for the day and the night is hashtag content.
Yes. Everything we breathe, everything the light touches is content, no? If I may take on the words of Anne Handley, Miss Anne Handley, who's really my idol when it comes to this content strategy, content marketing, content writing. Wow. Yeah. You can check out
Miss
her
Celine,
books. Mm.
paano daw po yung content creator?
Yes, about content creators naman po, or is there a specific like question about it? Ano po ba siya? It's like ano yung role ng content strategy sa content creator? Parang ganun po kaya,
Yeah, siguro
most
'yan,
likely.
oo.
Oo. If you're a content creator, and of course, usually pag nagsimula ka as a content creator, you still don't have any talent manager or like someone who guides you know. So if you're an independent content creator and you would like to put content strategy in your strategy, you can start, of course, by learning the steps, the process. It's not just about, okay, I think this topic is good, but how? Why? Of course, why is that topic good? You create a content plan, and later we'll talk about that. And you get to know your audience. Bakit yun yung topic mo? Bakit sila yung audience mo? Totoo ba sila ba yung audience mo? Are you really targeting the right audience? Or is your topic really appropriate for them? Or are you using the right platform? Yeah. So these are some of the questions you can consider. Now we will also tackle later on. Thank you so much po. I also see other comments which we'll also be reading later.
Ayan.
Yes.
From that, Raymond, ayan, commented down. Audience targeting.
Yes, of course, si Raymond. Thank you so much, Raymond. He's my friend then, so thank you so much for supporting. And I also see, Dawn is also here. And we also have friends from abroad. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, George, for that compliment. Ayan. Content strategy is the science behind storytelling. It is also the one that guides the creation, delivery, and governance of useful, usable content. So those are from Chantel McGee and Christina Halverson. They're also focusing on content strategy. Christina Halverson has a nice book, and I'll share that later on before I end. If you are creating content, yes, if you're a content creator, if you are a content or internet marketer, a marketer as a whole, this is really for you. Or if you are a business owner, basically anyone who would like to make content more meaningful, this is for you. Content strategy focuses on people and process. People, when we say people, of course, our audience. What is their state of mind? What are their aspirations, inspirations, and human qualities? When you have your demographics, you also have your psychographics. You also get to know them more deeply, like what are their pain points, what are their likes, their dislikes, yeah, what are their wants, their needs, and others. When you do so, when you get to know them really deeply, that's the time you can create purposeful content. Process. It means reaching the right people at the right time. So, meaning, are you really creating content and publishing such content at the right time? Or, sayang naman, hindi niya nakita. Bakit? Kasi hindi siya na post or hindi rin siya nasa right platform. Hindi siya na-post at the right time. Or, bakit ngayon mo siya pinost? Bakit ngayong oras na to? Bakit ngayong araw na to? What is the right platform? Think about those two. It helps get the right message to the right customer at the right time. Tama ba yung message mo? Are you really talking about the right subject for the right audience at the right time? It also allows you to give value more based on the customer value journey. Now, this topic or this concept of the customer value journey, I learned it from digitalmarketer.com. So it's not my own concept, but I'm just also sharing what I've learned from them. I took some certifications from them before. That was when the pandemic started. They really got generous and they gave free month a free month of learning their certificate programs. And that's where I got the customer value journey concept. It's the path along which a prospect is converted into a customer, starting from aware to promote, which we will see in a figure later. So this is what it looks like. First, people get aware when they see or hear about you, maybe through a referral or through an ad or a blog post or any other content piece. So usually it's through the platforms that we frequent. And then engage. Now they get to read your blog, they engage with you, they watch your video, and lots more. And so they subscribe, they opt in, they download your free like content, and then later you get their contact details, right? And then they convert, they purchase, they schedule a demo and others. Excite, meaning they get value from the initial transaction. So now you get to upsell. You have your core offer, maybe they would buy. You can upsell and then you upsell another. And then they become advocates, they become a successful customer. You give value to them, and so they give their testimonial, or you now have your case study, and then they help promote you, because a successful customer tells her or his friends about your brand. So that's like uh, the end goal, hopefully. They become brand evangelists, right? So if you want to have such brand evangelists, then you follow this path. You get to create content that really resonates with them. How to do that? There are lots of ways, right? So, content strategy again defines the aim of content marketing. When you start to get to know the process, like the customer value journey, you can now tailor fit which content you can create based on the certain journey of your buyer. Once you get to know their journey, like right now, okay, I have these subscribers and they're tuning into me. They they now subscribed and listen to me. They watch my series, or they like share my podcast. Now I know the next type of content that I will create. Not just, for example, always awareness or just selling. People don't just buy from you because they know that they need your product, but because they know you are a trusted brand, and that can also be possible because of content. And so we have these steps too. You have the content planning, creation, optimization, distribution, performance, and content management. These are the basics, the usual facets of content strategy that we can tap. Although you can tap different people to do these, not just one. And so the challenge is for brands to get the return of your investment, uh, of their investment and your investment, of course. Because of course you spend so much, and people spend a lot too. You both deserve to get that return on investment. And that is also possible through content strategy. Content marketing, they're aligned. It's aligned with content strategy. When you listen to your customers' needs, wants, and you deliver these in a compelling way, now you need content strategists. A content strategist drives the success of your content marketing initiative. So when you have the right people with you, this is possible. Imagine this. 90% of top performing B2B content marketers put audiences' informational needs first. It's according to the content marketing industry, um, CMI. So it's backed by research too. So imagine that, lalo na B2B, even B2C, they really need content to drive, sales. Of course, we want revenue, we want income, we want we want to earn from our business. And today, lalo na today, if you are a marketer, if you are a seller, you do not just push products. You want people to come to you, and when you feed them with content that educates them, that entertains them, that inspires them, that persuades them, it will lead you to the end goal, no? 96%, most successful B2B content marketers say audiences view their company as trusted resource. People trust brands more when they produce engaging content. Imagine that, right? So now, as a business owner, as a professional, as a marketer, or whoever you are, this is your time to decide the path you want to choose. How will you develop a better content strategy if you have one already? What kind of content strategy will you create? And how will you use content strategy for your brand, for your personal or your career, your other purposes? It's up to you, of course. So let's, maybe we can collaborate on that. We can talk about it. If you have any questions, feel free to type in the chat box. All right. So for added info, you may also check out these books. I have here Content Strategy for the Web. It's by Christina Halverson and Melissa Rack. And then there's also the Content Strategy Toolkit. That's by Megan Casey. You can check it out. You can check it out. And I also like this book. It's a book by Joe Polizzi of the Content Marketing Institute. And this one is also close to my heart. It's by Julia McCoy, the Practical Content Strategy and Marketing book. So, yeah, you can check these out and learn more about content strategy. So, yeah, thank you so much for listening. I welcome questions. And, yeah, feel free to connect with me.
Ayan. So, again, sana po you've learned something new. Yeah, and see you again on our next LinkedIn Local Live. Bye, everyone. Thank you, Miss Celine.
Thank you.